Welcome guys to this power yoga practice. This practice is designed to help you come into the body, to know that you and your body and your mind are capable and have the power to overcome any obstacles. So please join me in a seated position. Let's take a few big deep breaths to start our practice. Let the breaths move in whichever way they want to move through you. Really allowing our awareness to come inside. Take one more. And exhale fully. And bring your awareness back to the body and ready for movement. Please know that during the practice, if you need to stop or take a break, please do so. Take any different poses that you need to take. Just remember that everything I suggest is purely a suggestion and invitation only. You don't have to do anything. Alright, so let's start on our fours, and we will start with some cat-cows, allowing any freedom and movement that wants to happen, or we take the traditional cat-cow. So inhaling, allowing the curve of the spine to drop through the belly, head raises up, shoulders pull back, and pushing down into the ground and rounding through the spine, and head drops back down. So moving through these two poses as you wish, inviting any movement if it wants to happen. Remembering that it is your practice and that we want to be able to come into the body and feel safe to come into our own body and move our own body in whatever way it wants to move. Take a couple more movements. And then slowly start to come into stillness. We will walk the hands forward and plant the hands down into the ground. Keep the hips lifted and lower the head down towards the ground. And don't put the head down into the ground if you can. If you have to, that's okay. But really root through the hands, and I want you to create some active tension in the shoulders here. So we're lifting up through the hips, pushing down into the hands, creating space and length in the spine. Take one more breath. And then slowly start to roll all the way back up. Come all the way up onto the knees and bring the hands to the hips. Whichever way is good for you, we will bring the right leg forward, bending the knee. And now the invitation is to drop into the left hip and then slowly straighten the front leg and take a big stretch in the back of the leg. So moving in and out here of the two poses, again in your own way. Maybe inviting an open up of the chest when we come into the lungs, and allow yourself any free movement that feels good for your body and in your way. Take one more and then come back to the center. Bring that right knee back down to the ground, and then let's change sides. So left leg now, lean forward, drop forward, come back, straighten the leg. Again, taking anything that feels delicious for you, and welcoming any stiffness also into your awareness, and allowing yourself to shower the stiffness with love, acceptance, time, space. Take one more. And then come back into the center. We're going to plant the hands down to the ground. And then slowly tuck the toes and lift into a downward facing dog. Take some time to pedal the feet here. Move the hips in whichever way it's good for you. My mat is losing its grip, so I am a little bit slidey. So the hands are moving. If you do see me fall, just carry on. And then slowly start to walk the toes and the feet all the way to the top of the mat to meet the hands. Here we will take a little sway from side to side. And then rise all the way up, reach up, lengthen, create space, reach hands up overhead and bring them down now to the head. Plant them in between the eyebrows, take a moment here. And then allow them to come down into the chest and then back down by the side of the body. We will move through a couple of sun salutations now to bring in some strength into the body. It's a short practice, so that was our warm-up. Allow now the awareness to stay inside with strength. Remember that you have the resilience and the tools to be able to move and adjust accordingly to help you overcome any obstacles. Taking a big breath in, reach up. And exhale, fold forward, surrender to the ground, allow the hips to move and sway if they want to. And then taking a big step back with the right leg, bring the knee down, look up. Hands raised, torso raises, tuck the back toe and lift the back leg. Coming into a high lunge here. Take a big breath in, straighten both legs. And now bend lower into both legs. Keep the chest upright. Straighten both legs and lower down, bending down into the legs. One more. And lower all the way down here. And hold here for a moment. And now bring the hands up over the head. Push into the front leg. Lift up the right leg. Bring knee into chest. Here we will now start to transition into our warrior three, lengthening that back leg back, noticing any wobbles and knowing it's okay, and then slowly bring the hands down to the ground. Bring that right foot back down to the ground. Lower the right knee. Take a moment to look up. And then gently bring that right leg back forward. Take a big reach up. And bring the hands to the head and back down into the heart. Hands come to the side of the body. Take a moment. Take a big breath in, reach up. And fold all the way forwards. Take a big step back with that left leg. Bring the knee down if you need to. And rise up now through the chest and the torso. Take a big reach up, lengthen through the spine. And then now start to straighten both legs. Bending both knees, come down. Hands can come to the hips. And straighten both legs. Bending through the knees, building strength and power. And straighten both legs. One more. Bending through the knees. And straighten both legs. And take a moment here. Slowly start to rise up through the torso, lift up the arms, and then a big strong power lift up with that left knee. Balance here, take a moment, and then slowly hinge through the hips, come into your warrior three. Lengthen through the arms and the leg, noticing how the body is wobbling and moving. Maybe you need to bring the arms out, that's okay. Slowly lower hands down towards the ground. Step that left leg back down to the ground. Bring the knee down, look up. And then step that left leg forward. Take a sway from side to side. Take a big breath in, rise all the way up. Hands come down to heart center. Big breath in, reach up. And fold forward. Relax the body and the head. Release any tension. And now step that right leg back. Bring the knee down, look up. Hold your breath and step the left knee back or come into a plank position. So take whatever option is good for you, whether you're on the knees or in the plank, doesn't matter. Slowly shift weight forward, lower knees, chest and chin to the ground, and then slide the knees back, come into your baby cobra or your upward facing dog. Take whatever is good for you here. And then tuck in the toes, lift into downward facing dog. Take a pedal out of the feet. Whoa. And then slowly we will turn the left foot slightly at an angle. Start to plant the right foot to meet with the left, and we will come into a side plank. Whoop! Your option here is to take the right leg bent, bend the knee to support you. So take whatever option is good for you and reach up. And then slowly come back to your downward facing dog. Pedal the feet here. And we will change sides. So now plant the right foot. Bring the left foot to join. Embrace any wobble. Bring the left foot if you need it to help you. And lift up here. Be nice and strong. Take whatever option is good for you. No pressure. And then slowly plant that hand back down. Come into your plank position. So the foot is back. You're in a traditional plank. And lower all the way down into upward facing dog or baby cobra. Take a moment here. Tuck the toes, lift back into downward facing dog. Take a pedal of the feet and then slowly walk the feet all the way up to meet the hands. Take a sway, left to right. Allow yourself to release any tension from the hips. And then slowly rise all the way up. A nice big breath, open your heart and your chest. Here we slowly lower hand down to head, hand down to chest, and take a moment. Hands come by the side of the body. And then slowly when you're ready, bring the feet together, knowing that in life there are many obstacles. There are many challenges that we may face. And sometimes we need to surrender. Sometimes we need to challenge and overcome. And just asking the body to become more familiar with when it should surrender and when it should build, develop and overcome. And with that, raise the arms up, squeeze the legs together, knees together, sink into your chair pose. So weight comes into the heels. Lengthen, tuck the tailbone under, and really squeeze here nice and tight. Building strength. Notice when it feels like it's too much. And see how much longer you can actually stay there. How much more you're actually capable of. Sink a little lower maybe. And then slowly lower all the way down to the ground. And lower all the way down onto your back. Take a moment of pause here as you arrive on your back. And know that however you got there, if it meant that you fell over, fell down, that's all good. So long as you got there, that's all that matters. And we will now do a few bridge poses. So bring the feet as close to the body as you can. Maybe taking the hands to see if you can reach the heels. You want to keep the knees in, don't let them pop out, and the hands can stay down on the ground. You're going to take a big inhale, so you lift up, squeeze the hips. Keep squeezing here. Squeeze your glutes and lift your hips as high as you can. Maybe you interlace the fingers behind and you push down into the ground a little bit stronger and lift up and push into the shoulders a little bit more. Squeezing everything super tight. Don't let the knees pop out. Keep squeezing them in. And then slowly release, lower all the way down and bring knees into chest. Take a movement side to side. And then gently release the legs out long. We will take a Shavasana to finish our practice. And taking a moment of stillness. Observe the natural breath. Observe your heartbeat. Allow yourself just to rest. Allow yourself this moment of stillness and quietness. And then when you're ready, slowly start to bring some gentle movement back into the body. And then gently make your way back up to seated to finish our practice together. Once you have arrived in your seated position, take a nice upright position. Sit nice and tall and confident. Even though sometimes we may not feel confident, can we welcome that confidence into the body? Can we hold the body in that position? And then let's take 3 deep breaths to finish our practice together. Nice big deep breath in. And sigh out. Deep breath in. Sigh out. And last one, deep breath in. Sigh out. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that you have enjoyed the practice. And please let us know how you found it. We'd love to hear how it was for you, if you enjoyed it or if you didn't enjoy it. All comments are welcome. There is no good or bad. And I will see you soon. Take care.